Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Slugger. Okay, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself, just to make sure I got him in the right pose, and to make sure I don't fall off the page. So, I know you probably can't see this, don't worry about that. This is mostly for me, just to make sure that, like I said, just to make sure that I have everything that I want on here, and so I don't fall off the page as far as my drawing too. And I mean, that's what sketching is. It's just basically drawing over and over again to try to get it right. So, you know, just basically putting lines down that you're happy with until, you know, again, until you're happy with it, you know. And so I'm drawing over and over, and just trying to get this just to look right. And I think I'm just going to have him just standing there all baseball-y, and being proud of his stuff, you know, his baseball-iness. And see, I did this kneecap way too low, and that's why I sketch, just to make sure that I have this stuff where I want it. So erase just a little bit there. So it's just a sketch, so I don't have to erase too much, right? Okay, so again, that's kind of why we sketch, and so don't feel bad if your drawing doesn't come out right, because I have to draw this over and over and over again until I'm happy. And in other words, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have it right, and I got to keep drawing until I get it right. That's the whole point of sketching. All right, let's see. There's his waist. I'm gonna put his belt right there, and let's see. Okay, so that means I'm gonna have. Let's try to do something. Let's see. Let me think. How about one arm up, kind of out and proud, and then this one over in a fist. Right? That looks good? Yeah, I like that. But see, look, it's just stick figures. That's all I'm really doing until I know what I'm going to do. And then I flesh it out. Alright? So again, don't feel bad if you got to do stuff like that, because that's how you draw. That's how you practice it over and over again. And he's got this bar thing over here that I'm gonna try to recreate as best I can. His little shoulder protector thing over here. That's kind of kooky if I'm going to be drawing it with a Sharpie, but you know what? This is the life I chose. Okay, so I'm going to draw on some fingers real fast just to make sure it looks good. Okay, I'm going to draw the thumb up like that. Alright, I think that'll work. It's a little stubby, but you know what? It's going to do the job. It's going to get the point across of what we want to do here. Okay, so let's draw this sleeve over here. And I draw this shoulder up because this arm is up, so when your muscles will move with how your arms are, so I have to draw this one up a little bit higher. Okay, so oops. See, that didn't quite come out right, so I just had to keep sketching until I'm happy with it. And I think that'll work. Let's see, what else does he have? He's got like the elbow pad thing, which is not quite on the elbow. Never understood that, but hey, that's alright. It's not my sport. I just draw. Okay, let's see. I'm going to extend this one out just a little bit more just to make myself happy. Okay, so now I got to draw some facial features real fast, and then we can get started. And with the facial features, I can't do too much because it's super tiny. And that's the thing about drawing this stuff for you guys is the face is so small here that I can't draw too much, or it's going to look weird. Or it's going to blend together is really what it's going to do. It's the Sharpie is so fat that it will just blend all together and I'll lose a lot. Okay, so I'm going to draw the brim of the hat like that. So bring this over, and that can come down like this. And that means I can draw the back of the hat like this, and round it out like that, and I think that ought to be good enough. Like this. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. I'm going to switch over to a couple of Sharpies. I'm going to use a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Just to add some details. So yeah, let's do that. Let's move over. You're welcome to use a pencil if you'd like, but I'm going to move over to the Sharpie so you can see what we're doing and get started with me, okay? So I'm going to take the Sharpie pen to do some of the fine detail, and I'm just going to start with the eyes just to make sure I get that right. I'm going to draw the lids like this. I'm going to add some tiny pupils, and then I'm going to connect them or just do something like that, just to give us some edges here. And so I'm going to give him some eyebrows. Give him this eyebrow. And again, I'm not going to add too many lines because you know, we'll lose it. You know, we'll lose all this detail. I'm going to add a little bit of a nose for the bridge like that, and another nostril over here like this. And see, just keep it real simple, just implying stuff, you know. And so I'm gonna have like a smug little pouty mouth, something like that, you know. Add a bottom lip, just a touch, and there, that ought to be good enough for the face. That way we can move on to the other stuff. I'm gonna darken that top line just a little bit, just to define who he is. All right, look at that little smug eyeball there. He's like, I'm Captain Football. I know it's baseball, but it's funnier this way, right? Okay, so I'm going to control a little bit more with this sharp pen. So I'm going to draw some of these lines but thicken them up just a little bit. And I'm going to give him his big jawline like that. He's a big old strong boy. And come up like that and draw his ear. And that'll help me define edges, right? You don't have to go too crazy with the ear like that. I don't know why I just did that. All right. Okay, so now I can build off of this, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to the big Sharpie. Even though it says fine point, it's kind of a big one. That way you can see what I'm doing. And let's see, so let's draw his, the brim of his hat. I'm gonna come up here like this. Draw like that. Come in here and draw that like this. So now the earpiece goes around like that. So I'm gonna kind of follow it in like that. Come around here to draw the rest of the hat like that. All right. To see how thick that is, I couldn't do those facial features with such a thick line. You know, that's why I have that Sharpie. All right, so let's keep going here. So let's draw his neck like this. Let's see. He's got this. Like, well, I guess he's like a catcher. He's got like this chest protector piece, but I mean, he's not really a catcher, you know, he's just a baseball uniform wearing guy. So we're gonna close this off here like that. And I'm not gonna go too crazy with the detail because I wanna do that with coloring, but I do want to define some edges here. So I'm gonna draw that in like that. And same thing, I'm gonna come down and draw that in like that. And that's gonna be the inside of the all that detail like this, that I'll take care with coloring. Okay, so let's keep going and draw. Let's see, he does have some spikes on this side, so I'll just do that at least. Just a couple of them like that. That'll help me do a couple of little things here. And you know what, let's go ahead and just draw an edge here like that because it is on his shirt, and his shirt does have a couple of lines like this. That'll help us define where we're going here. So let's attempt to draw this little arm protector thing that he has here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow my sketch here and just kind of do something like this. And just follow how I had my sketch. Because I'm going to try to draw it like piping, like the way it's built. Okay? So what I mean by that is now I'm going to come in here and I'm going to follow this edge like this, just to draw like it's see-through, like it's piping, you know. It's the best way I can describe it. Like that. And I'm going to draw this line like that, and that'll define what that is. Okay, so I can draw the rest of his sleeve and all that underneath it. So let's draw his chest to his belt about right there, and that'll give us defining edges. Okay, so I'm going to kind of come up like this because that's where his sleeve is. Come down like that. All right, and that'll give us a sleeve to work with. And let's just draw some crease lines in here. And he's got another little piece like this that's underneath all that. So coloring will help you see what I'm doing here. So for now, I'm just going to do that. Okay, that's a sleeve is what that is. So let's go ahead and draw this arm since we're over here. Let's continue down to the forearm like that. Draw the forearm with the glove right there, like this. Draw the back of the forearm to the elbow, underarm to the elbow like that. Okay, let's go ahead and add some creases and folds because it's material, you know. And this helps us define a style, basically. All right, so let's just draw a fist because he's strong and proud over here. So I'm going to draw the back of the hand to the pinky and bring it in like that. There's one fold like this. Meet the hand that way. The thumb is in the front. Bring that down like this. So now I can draw some of the other fingers that you can see, but you can't see them all. So we kind of get away with doing something like that. Perfect. Done. And so now, let's see, let's draw the bottom edge of that just to show that it's a glove. So now let's do this side. Since we're over here, let's go ahead and finish the top of this. And there's a crease right there, so we're going to go ahead and crease it all the way up like that. And that'll define the bent edge. So his sleeve is going to start here and kind of like this, like that. Pretty cool, right? Okay, again, I'm not going to worry about all this detail in here. You can if you want to, but I kind of want to take care of that with coloring. So I'm just going to keep moving on to the sleeve over here. So I'm going to bring the sleeve down like this, and then connect it. And since we're here, let's go ahead and add a few more lines, just to show that it's material, you know? Like that. Okay, so we're gonna come up to the elbow right here. We're gonna bring it down to the arm. Bring that down to the arm there. It's a little long, but it's gonna get the point across. And he has, let's see, his glove is gonna be about right there. So I'm gonna come down to this little arm thing he's got on, connect it there. And I just like accenting stuff like that. So that's why I added that extra line. It doesn't stick out that much, but it's kind of fun to do, you know? Something like that. So see, it's accented a little bit more. It's more than just the arm shape. Have some fun with it, you know? Okay, so he's got the gloves on over here, so I'm going to kind of do like this for the glove, and then come up here for the thumb, follow my sketch, come down to the hands, and the fingers are all kind of closed like that, so you don't have to do too much. We're just going to add a few little lines for the hand. So let's do the back of the hand to the pinky, like that. And we can't do much because they're kind of in front of each other, you know, so we can kind of do something like that. And that's good enough. We can close it out like this to show the inside of the hand, like that part, but that's all we'll worry about, okay? We won't go too crazy. So let's move on down to his legs, and it's pretty simple. He's just got a belt. Let's see, we're going to draw this belt like that and go into his pants like this. Okay. All right, so now we can draw these legs, and this one doesn't have anything on it, so we'll go ahead and define this one first. We're going to draw his booty like that down to his leg, and it's going to come all the way down to where it's tucked into his shoe, or I guess sock, I guess, because he doesn't have boots on, he's got shoes, so he's tucked into his sock. So we're going to define that edge, bring it up here about to right there is where his crotch is going to be, and let's go ahead and just add some some crease lines, you know? Just again to show that, and look, I'm adding a kneecap is what I'm adding there. Just to show that it's material. Okay. All right, so let's go over here, and here he's got a knee protector that's all wrapped on, and so one knee is like this. It's got the biggest part of the knee protector, and the rest is all strapped on. So I want to draw those straps first, just because I want them behind the pants, and that's kind of why I do stuff like that, you know. Just to define that it's material in front of or wrapped over these pants. Okay, so there's the other part of his like pad protector knee thing, and all that's in front of his pants, so I want to do that first. Now I could just come in and just draw his pants like that. Booyah, that's done. So let's draw his shin protectors into his shoes, and then we'll just draw the shoes and we'll be done. You know, we're going to take care of coloring with the rest, but this will take care of this. So let's just bring it down here like that. Go ahead and draw his ankles like this. Same thing here. Here he's got a straight one, so we're just going to do like this, and then we'll draw around that. Okay, so pants are going to come out like this, like that. Cool? Cool. So let's draw his shoes. Let's try to do them at the same time for you. Here's the tongue, like that. There'll be the tongue of this one, like that. And then the top of the shoe, like this. So this is going to come down to the top of the shoe, like this. Sorry, I didn't do that exactly right. Okay, there's the top of the shoe, like that. Now draw that line in a second. Let's do the bottom like I did over here. Okay, so we'll do like that. And then I'm going to do the top of the shoe like that, so you're not confused. And there are like cleats, so we'll just do something like that. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so I say we take care of coloring with the rest to define the rest of it. So for now, that is Slugger. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.